Good morning, one and all present here, and thank you so much for all participating in this beautiful day. And yesterday we had our Independence Day, and today we are here on a long weekend, but still everybody is here to gain some knowledge today. So today I would like to welcome Mr. Karthikeyan Sitaraman sir from CMA CGM, Head of Finance and Accounting from the head office. So today we are going to discuss on a topic called financial management and its challenges and opportunities. Sir has a wide knowledge of in the finance and accounting field. He is a chartered accountant having 20 years of rich experience in finance and accounting. He was the head of finance and accounts from the head office services or CMA CGM SSC India Private Limited. He has an expertise in shared services, operations, transition, and transformation. He has also expertise in finance and working capital management. A global person worked and working with most of the nationalities except Russian, Chinese, Japanese, and Germans. A regular speaker on finance, accounting, and technology in various professional study circles. And he's one of the beautiful speakers which we have today, and we're all blessed to have him today in our dais. And I would like to thank our college management, our chairman sir, our director ma'am, and our Rahul sir for this beautiful opportunity where almost 100 plus students gathered here even on Sunday to get this beautiful knowledge from the industry people. And ISSM is conducting this leadership lab to enhance the people in various industries from various domains. And I hope today is also another beautiful day. Today we are going to witness it from the accounts and finance industry. So I welcome you, sir. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Ranjit. It was a wonderful introduction about me. And this gives a responsibility and accountability for me to do my best. And I'll be doing my best. So, student is going to be, it's going to be a eye opener for you. And most of them would be something which you may be knowing and something which you may be knowing, but you don't put into practice. So it's going to be very simple. There's not going to be any big jargons which has been used in finance and accounting. It is going to be very simple. I'll keep it simple. I believe in simplicity, even for a complex solution. So when we talk about finance management, financial management, all that what comes in my mind and your mind is this is the picture which comes into your mind, where you have to deal with cash, where you have to deal with cash receivable, where you have to deal with cash which you are spending. You're talking about growth, you're talking about the cost aspect of it, whether it has to be in an equity market or it has to be in a bank, and you are talking about property. That's the thing which comes in everybody's mind, and that's the thing which comes in my mind also. So this made me to be more interested in this particular topic. I've been doing this research on this topic for last almost 15 years. And by and large, there are few fundamentals, few say golden rules or few base rules which has to be followed, which makes you to be more wealthier, prudent, and more manageable person. So anything which is called management, can somebody talk about what is the meaning of management? Ranjit, I leave it to the floor to reply on that. Anybody?
Yes,
Any cases? Any cases?
guys, it's an interactive session, so you can speak up with sir also. No worry.
So, students, any guess on a definition called management?
Controlling people, sir.
Okay, good. So it is just that people or
Not just the people, sir. It is controlling about employees,
okay,
like manpower.
okay, okay, great. You're coming closer. A slightly better frame of sentences on this. You can try, or when somebody talks, I need the name. It will be great if I
So
have the name. Sorry?
coordinating the efforts of an employees.
Very good. Sorry, sir.
Sir, sir,
Could you please
leading
tell
the
your name?
organization.
Could you please tell your name?
Miss, my name is Venkat, sir.
Great, Venkat. So it is about controlling. It is about managing people. That's what you're trying to say, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Could you please slightly have a broader definition about management?
I'm telling that the efforts, coordinating the efforts of an employee, sir.
Okay. Okay. Great. Great.
So that's what I'm telling, sir.
It is just manpower. It is just human, or something else comes inside when you talk about management.
It is like uh, mm, we should want to coordinate what we have with the available resources.
Great, great. Hats off to you, Venkat. That's an exact definition which I was looking at. When you talk about something called management, it is nothing but there is a limitation in the resources. The resources means the supply. So you call it as time management because you have only 24 hours or 365 days or 12 months, correct? And when you talk about people management, you have limited resources. You have only few people to work with, correct? When you talk about same way, when you talk about financial management, you're going to work on a very limited resources, which is called money, and money is equivalent, right? So it was great to get such a great definition from you, Venkat. I'm happy for you. So that's the methodology in which the whole session is going to be, and the rest all life is going to be on financial management. When you talk about financial management, there is no unlimited resources. There are limited resources. So for a person, resources here means his income, whether it can be a salary, it can be from a business, it can be from a profit, it can be from ancestor property, it can be from rent. Anything comes under inflow of money, right? It can be a return on investment also. When you talk about return on investment, there is a broader definition about it, but to make it very simple, say if you invest any money in bank saving or any equity, it comes as a return either in terms of the capital which you derive, which is called capital gains, or an interest income or a dividend income, right? So definition of wealth, it's a very vague statement. Anybody can try what is wealth. Can somebody try what is wealth means? Okay, let me break it for you. Could you please help me with
Sure,
that?
sir, sure. Kishore KS is saying what we have to run the organization, assets and sources of income, and
Okay.
company assets. Punita has replied, and
Okay.
Prasad Sriram has said financial assets.
Okay. Great. Great. Okay. So, is there any other definition on wealth? Somebody
Cecilia
has.
Janet is saying value of possession, value of money.
Okay. Okay.
Cheetana Vadivel is saying worth owned by money.
Okay. Okay.
Financial freedom, Mohammad Ajmal.
Okay. Okay. All the definition which you have said is correct, but it doesn't limit to the definition which you have expressed. So, I'm going to explore you to a different definition of wealth, means more elaborate definition of wealth. So, is money a good indicator of wealth? Answer is no. It's because olden days, some say India is one of the country where it's age-old culture. It's about 5,000 or 6,000 years old culture where we had this definition of wealth varying between one period to another period. So good old days, having cattle is supposed to be wealthier. Somebody having cattle was measured to have better wealth than somebody having gold. So cattle was precious, and the livestock was being rated as one of the valuable thing. But today the scenario of having somebody having cattle is different, and India was one of the very traditionally, they were into trade and business purposes. We were selling seashells we are exporting seashells to countries like China, Egypt, and things like that. So somebody having seashells were being treated as wealthy. And it varies time to time, as I said. And for me, the only one constant thing which can be considered as wealth, irrespective of the period, is called knowledge, and a better terminology, it is called know-how. Know-how or trade rights, or you could say it is called intellectual property, which is in the name of say goodwill or intellectual property. And hope everybody understands what is called intellectual property. Music is an intellectual property. Microsoft is an intellectual property. And how to make a particular product is an intellectual property. So that is the broader definition of wealth, and somebody possessing it would be wealthier all times. So that's the definition of wealth. So the next question would be where the money comes from. Can somebody say that?
So just from intangible assets. Ramakrishna has replied, intangible
Very
assets.
Good. Very good.
And Kishore K.S. has replied, investments.
Okay,
Kaushik
great.
has said, in business, money flows from customers. Ajmal has said, active income and passive income. Rahul has said, return on investments. Manoj has said, from customers. Deepika has also said, from customers. Manoj has said, from investments.
Okay. So, I don't remember the name. Somebody said active investment and passive investment. And I like that person to
Mohammed
speak
Ajmal.
about it. Mohammed Ajmal, great. Mohammed Ajmal, could you please elaborate that?
That's sir. Active income is income which we work and we get the money, and passive
Okay,
income is like a rental property or business that cash flows from outside the asset and we get the money.
very
That's
good.
passive income.
Basically, somebody who's a landlord.
Yeah, yes.
Great. Are you from that family? Somebody having a
No,
lot of
no,
wealth?
sir.
Okay.
No, no.
Okay, great. So the money comes from a different definition. Okay. So I will quote Mr. Ratan Tata. Ratan Tata is one of my most inspiring leader. So he has said in an interview about a definition about money and wealth. The definition, it goes, there was a news reporter who asked a very simple question, and everybody knows Reliance, right? Ambani's brother. Okay. So when the media was, one of the person from media asked, why is that Ambani, whether it is Mukesh Ambani or his father, why is that they are more richer than the Tatas? Tatas are more older group of companies than Reliance. Reliance, I think it's 40 years old company, and Tata is almost 100 years old company. So why is that they have been more richer than you? So for that, the definition or the reply which Ratan Tata gave the media was, they are business people and we are industrialists. And everybody was surprised to see such a kind of reply from him. So are you able to differentiate, appreciate what is a businessman and what does an industrialist means? Businessman who does transaction for business purpose, and industrialist who sees a phenomenal growth in the industry, phenomenal growth in the society, phenomenal growth in the nation. So for him, money is not just the physical money which we see, or what is there in bank, or what is there in e-mode, but he sees the harmonious growth of the country, economy, and the society as wealth or money. Okay, can somebody say why we need money? I'm sorry, I'm asking too many questions. The reason for me asking question is to bring everybody into the subject.
No issue, sir. Everybody is just commenting their answers.
Okay.
So Venkat is saying to fulfill our needs. Gomati is saying for basic needs. Gausik for developing our organization. Abhishek to survive. Rahul to survive. Aishwarya to run the business. Solomon to enhance living.
Okay, so basically, most of us confines with the need of money is to fulfill our wants or fulfill our needs, right? Okay, so here is the wonderful definition which has been said by one of the very famous American TV host or an anchor. The money only thing that the money gives you is freedom of not having the worry about money. That's a definition. It's a wonderful definition. Means if you have money, we will not worry about money. If you don't have money, then you will be worrying about money. So that's the reason you need money. And what money can do is it can free you from things which you don't like to do. Is it a wonderful definition? Which means that, and everybody today, including you, me, everybody in this world want money. And to earn that money, you get into a corporate, you get into a business, you get into a lot of things. And most of us would not like that particular job or that particular business. It's just because you need money, you're doing it. And that's a honest statement which somebody can give it across. I think we need to agree with that. And since you're a student, you may be probably in 1 or 2 years you will be getting into a job or doing a business or have a wonderful idea to start a startup. But there is a differentiation between a passion for you and there is a passion which you continue. Most of the startup comes with a passion, or you may do something which you may not like to do, but you do it just for your own financial purpose. Okay, how to build wealth. Okay, it is not a magic. Okay, so if you want to become rich, any amount of money would not help. Even you earn 100 times of what you want, still you may not be satisfied because you just need only money. You are looking only for money. You're not looking for something else. So objective of you has to be for the purpose, for your passion rather than earning money. So you can correlate between this definition and what Ratan Tata said. So he wants to become an industrialist. He is an industrialist. So he doesn't measures everything and anything in terms of money, but he measures in terms of knowledge, in terms of the society, in terms of economy, in terms of nation. So when we talk about businessman, he will talk only in terms of money, the return what he is going to earn and what is that he is going to get out of a business transaction, right? If you want to become richer, the simplest way of putting it across and making you become rich is just to fold the money. It will become double. How we lose money? Can somebody elaborate on this? Very important question. I want you all to think and then answer.
Gomadi is saying by spending more.
Okay, great.
Sheikh is saying by spending and by investing. And Hemanta said, when there are no perfect planning,
Very
Anand
good.
by spending, Swarnalakshmi said by loans,
Okay,
Prashant by spending waste investments.
okay,
Solomon has said, our desire being rich. Keithana said, more investment and spending less. Satish has said, lack of knowledge. Rahul, greedy. Muhammad Ajmal saying, by buying liability.
great. I'm so happy for you guys.
Sir, another
That
5 more answers I've got.
yeah, please, please.
Then there is only spending and there is no proper returns. Sai
Very
Gokul
good.
Solomon saying not saving it, not well organized. Kishore KS, Aishwarya Murugan saying for waste expenses and not too much of not planning. Elila is
Great.
saying lack of knowledge about money. Deepika, no pre-planned idea. Shavya saying buying unnecessary things.
Great. So all that response which you have given is coming under a very broad definition that we do have money, but we don't spend the things properly or unnecessarily create a liability for us, pay loan, and there is no proper planning and you mismanage funds. Is my understanding about your response correct?
Very well, sir. Very well.
Very good. I'm so happy, probably at the age of, say, I think the average age would be 20, 22 types. And if you are able to think this line, in next 10 years, I'm going to be here in Chennai. I'm a very close friend of your chairman. You can tell him that you guys have become richer. That's sure. So if you're able to sit right, when you're able to think that this is the place where you are going to lose money, if you're able to set right things, you're going to be richer in next 10 years. Get it from me. So the easiest and the simplest definition is we don't know where the money goes. You have money, you don't know where the money goes. You may be spending, you don't know, there is no proper planning, there's a perfect mismanagement about funds. It holds for individuals as well as for organization or an industry. So today, the most successful business people are individual. Today, even in COVID situation, is somebody who knows where the money goes, right? It doesn't mean that you have to be miser. You should not spend money. You have to spend money. If you want to earn money, you have to spend money. But you have to understand where your money goes. If you are able to understand, if you are able to budget it properly, allocate money properly, and then spend according to your thoughts, your plan, and the budget, I think there is no other way you can become a rich person. Okay. What do you mean by real wealth and a real wealth? And this is a very basic thing which everybody has to appreciate, understand, is that not two persons earns the same money. Today you are all students, you are all classmates, you are all buddies, you are all friends. In next 10 years, each one would be having a different profession or a different opportunity to earn money, opportunity to have different careers in life. You'll be somebody who would be employed in a corporate, a bigger corporate. Somebody would be a businessman. Somebody would be a housewife. Somebody would be blah, 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 different things. If you start comparing between what is that money you are earning and what is your friend or a buddy earning, that's not the correct comparison at all. I will quote an example. There were two brothers. It's a small short story. There were two brothers. One was a doctor and another was a mechanical engineer. And both are very prosperous. Both are extraordinarily prosperous. And the doctor was a very renowned surgeon in a particular city. And he was a wonderful surgeon. And he was a very lucky doctor also. Any patient who goes, he'll get cured. And the mechanical engineer, he was also doing a fabulous job in his business. He was one of the car dealer for the top luxury car. He had service wing also. He was doing a wonderful job. He was earning a lot of money. But the brother who was a mechanical engineer had always had something in his mind that he is earning less money in terms of the effort he spent than his brother who spends less time. For example, for servicing a car, if it takes 1 day, his brother is able to earn being a doctor in 1 hour. So he had that question. So he went up and asked. He didn't have that kind of guts in asking, but something was not resisting him. For after a very long years, he went up to his brother, the doctor brother, and asked, "Brother, I'm also doing the same thing. You're also doing the same thing. I'm repairing the cars. You are repairing human beings. Why is that there is a differentiation in terms of the earning? Whatever I earn in 10 hours, you earn in an hour. So how was that possible for you? Why is that I'm not able to earn what money you have been earning in terms of the effort?" And the simplest reply which the doctor brother gave was, "You are repairing cars when the engine is off. I'm repairing the human being when the engine is on. So the risk you take the amount of responsibility you take is directly proportionate to your earning. So I think everybody understood this particular short story and the purpose of you not comparing between two people. Okay, again, when you want to become rich, when you want to be wealthier, here, wherever I quote rich or wealthy, it doesn't mean only in terms of money, but in terms of your knowledge, your well-being, your being responsibility to the society, and at the same time earn money. You have to disconnect with you with an emotional quotient. So you never ever get into an emotional tangle. For example, anybody here whose parents want to sell a property doesn't want to sell a property just because they're emotionally connected. If you want to earn wealth or if you want to make money, never ever get into an emotional tangle. So very, very important. Buy a property for a happiness. Don't buy a property for becoming rich. But if you want to become rich and earn money, you have to sell the property. It doesn't get emotionally mapped with the particular property. There should not be any emotional attachment. It has to be a non-living thing. Then sell it or make money. And somebody who would be interested in buying gold, and I have a lot of points on gold. It has to be a separate discussion. I am somebody who believes investment in buying gold is not an investment at all. It's a expenditure for you. You can buy gold, physical gold, in terms of coins, in terms of biscuits, or in terms of the shares, but not in terms of ornament. Ornament gold is an expenditure. It's not an investment. If people at home say that gold is an investment, it is not an investment. I have a lot of research papers on that. I have done a lot of R&D on that, and it is just expenditure. You can buy gold. I'm not against buying gold, but buying gold you have to treat as buying car or refrigerator or any other electronic gadgets. So it is for pleasure. It is not for investment. And you may be knowing India is the highest importer of gold. You don't get gold in India. Kohinoor and all, it's a good old British story. There is no more gold in Kohinoor mine, and any mine. Sorry, not Kohinoor. It is Kolar mine, I believe. India doesn't produces gold. It only buys gold, or it only imports gold. And after petrol and diesel, that's where India loses the highest amount of foreign exchange. You lose foreign exchange, then your economy becomes a little weaker, and it is not good to have import gold for. It is not good for the economy to import a huge quantum of gold. And India is the largest consumption of gold for retail. Means a lot of people, including my family, everybody has got gold at least for 50 grams or 30 grams or so. So if you talk about the quantum of gold individual has multiplied by the population, you have gold at home for not so useful purposes. It's an unutilized asset, and hope everybody will agree on that. And that's on gold. People spend money on gadgets, electronic gadgets like iPhone, other things. So I'm not against it, but unless and otherwise you have a purpose for it, don't put it on electronic gadgets. Have all this spending on electronic gadgets for a minimum. Especially you young guys tend to spend a lot of money on electronic gadgets. Even when I was young, I was putting a lot of money on that. But say when the technology improves, it becomes obsolete. What iPhone, which was selling for I think 5 or 6, the series, I haven't touched iPhone till date. What it was, say 50,000 rupees or 60,000 rupees, now it is only 5,000 rupees. So that's the harder side of buying electronic gadgets. Any questions till now? Ranjit, is there any questions? Can I proceed?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
We have not got any questions.
Okay. So, how you see, there is a preparation stage for you to build wealth, right? So, I'll tell you exactly how to prepare wealth, build wealth, how to be prepared. So, you need to classify your financial goals into short term, medium term, and long term goals. So, that's very important. So, today, the monthly spending what you have is a short term goal, and the medium term is somewhere between 1 month to say 6 months or 12 months. A long term is something which is very longer period, say 5 years, 10 years. You have to split your financial uh, needs into three categories: what is short term, what is medium term, and what is long term. So you can't, if you mix all three, you could see the picture which represents, you are putting more weight on somebody who doesn't have the capability to carry that weight. So you'll get injuries. If you mix your short term, long term, and medium term goals, you need to clearly define all three. So you need to build 3 months expenses reserve, right? Be it a pocket money, be it spending on your refreshments, you need to have at least 3 months. It's a very safe reserve. And you guys would be employed, or you will be an active income earner in a year or two. So please invest in life term insurance. There is a differentiation between life investment insurance and life term insurance. Term insurance is nothing but it's like your bike insurance or your two-wheeler insurance. You just need to put the money in, it'll not, you don't get it back, but it's a very useful product. The premium would be cheaper. The difference between the premium of investment in the investment linked life insurance and the term insurance would be huge. You can invest elsewhere. You can put it in RD or FD. You earn at least thrice of what you earn in life insurance, the money back policy. Medical insurance, a lot much to say today in this current situation, which is COVID. You'll find huge hospitalization cost. People get rided with a bill of 5 lakhs, 12 lakhs, 15 lakhs. You would have heard it in media. And you have to have medical coverage for all the people in your family. And when you start earning, consider these 3 points to be very, 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 very essential part. You need to have 3 months reserve for your expenditure. What is so certain is expenditure. What is not certain is your income. And please, when you are young, and if you put it in life insurance, which is term insurance, your premium would be very, very, very low. You have to put it till 60, 65. So life insurance is very, very important. Right from the first month of your earning, whether it is from business or from getting into employment, you have to consider these 3 points very, very careful. So this is very important. Life insurance for your own and the medical insurance for the family. So that also comes very cheaper when you have a rotating policy. And there is no concept of saving then investing. Your saving and investment should happen